All right, welcome back, everyone, to another tasting with myself, Paul. I'm joined with two of my favorite brewers, Sam and Tim. Box, Axe.
Yeah,
That's us.
Ambush Brewing, mate.
So we haven't done one for a while, but we've got a special beer from you guys. This is the Melonhead, right? The Melonhead Double Dry Hopped Hazy IPA.
That's right.
Oh yeah, nailed
So,
it first time.
The most important question: double dry hopped. Double dry hopped with what?
So we did an initial dry hop for 5 days with Victoria, and that had it was a 1.5 kilo in a 700 litre batch, so that's already pretty significant. And then we followed that up with some Beetle Up again from Ryefield. That's one of our local suppliers. They're an excellent little hoppery. Really recommend you get down and see them. They're down in Bemboka, and we got some Beetle Up from them, and that's a really interesting hop. We actually followed up and got another order specifically for this beer because it was brilliant. We did a 2 kilo dry hop of that.
So 1.5, and then
2.
2 kilos. So that's a lot of for a 700 litre batch. That's I'm not great with maths. Tim, you might be able to help out there. How much is that a litre?
It worked out to be about 4.8 grams per litre, I think.
It was 4.2.
4.2?
4.2.
Yeah.
And you're using the Pomona yeast again?
Pomona
right?
yeast again.
Right.
Yes.
So what are we getting the haze from? Is it more the dry hop, or is it more the yeast?
the
Because
Pomona-
it's hazy.
It's very hazy.
It's very hazy.
The Pomona does definitely add to haze. The big dry hops couldn't have helped much in regards to that. They will always give you a bit of hop haze.
We also did a maceration transfer, so to get hops really going at the end of our fermentation.
Okay, so what, explain to the listener what a maceration transfer is.
So we had the hops in the bottom of the fermenter that we're moving to, and then we moved the finished product onto the hops, and then circulated that through a centrifugal pump. So
right,
it
so using pressure to-
macerates everything, and most of the yeast bed we took out and left in the first fermenter, obviously.
Yeah.
But we still got a little bit of hop creep at the very end of the brew, which I think kind of complements the flavor.
It does.
Because it goes like, you get a real, well, we'll talk about flavors later. But
I think it's a great beer. I mean, aptly named Melonhead. I know that you can't smell this for those watching, but it really is. It's punching out. I almost get like fresh rock melon, or like even like a even almost like a stone fruit there, like a nashi apple.
Yeah.
Kind of
Honeydew.
Honeydew. Yeah, like I'm trying to like sweet fruits that kind of push through.
A bit of for me, I find there's a bit of mandarin in the back of it.
I think that's what when we were trying it at the brewery. I think that's what I said. I was like, oh, it's got a tangerine kind of mandarin vibe. It's definitely tropical, but it's also got a nice bitterness to kind of. It's not the only thing, it's not an IPA. You're not, like trying to like just push away the IBUs, the bitterness.
Exactly.
To try and substitute that with just aromatics from the hops. It is, So what were we using in the boil to try to get
so
that?
in the boil, we wanted to keep it all in like kind of the same vein. So all the aroma was Beetle Up, and then the bittering hop was also
Red Earth.
Red
again,
Earth. Yeah, it was.
So again,
Red Earth.
Western Australia. It's kind of
it's a
Ryefields.
derivative.
Yeah,
Zaz derivative.
that's right. It's a SARS derivative strain.
But it definitely has more aromatics than SARS, that's for sure.
It
Like,
does for sure. We also had some Columbus in there at the mid hop edition. Nice kilo of the Columbus in there, which kind of adds a little bit of maybe.
So, lads, how many hops are in the boil?
How
How many different varieties?
3 different hops in the boil, 2 different hops in the dry hop.
So 5 altogether. I guess we should probably talk about the malt profile as well, because I know when I was having a conversation with you at the brewery that there was quite a few specialty malts in this, right?
There was, yeah. We had a very large addition of winter wheat, probably a little bit over what most people would put in something like this. I think it was 11.2% of our grist was a wheat addition. We also had SM40, which is a favourite of ours, and we had Vienna and a little bit of some other additions for some mid-body type flavors. And I think what really stands out in this beer is it's not a West Coast style beer, but we used a very similar water chemistry, similar to what you would use for a West Coast.
I mean, it definitely doesn't have the bitterness of a West Coast, but aesthetically, I mean, looking at it, if you're catching the right light besides the haze, it's definitely got that color.
Yeah.
Right. And
it's an interesting beer because we kind of we went with an East Coast ale yeast, which was the Pomona, which is a new height of yeast. We've used that before in another one we did a video on, which is Enter the Nectardome, which is also a very popular beer of ours. But the water chemistry was very different to what you'd expect out of New England hazy. So we wanted to kind of push the malt profile as much as possible because we were putting in so many specialty malts. We wanted that to really come forward as well as the hops.
So wanted quite a clean.
Yeah, I think we tried the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
is what we were going for.
Well, I think you've hit the nail on the head here. 6.6
on the nose.
6.6%.
Yep.
It certainly doesn't taste like it, and I think that has a lot to do with the just the balance of malt and bitterness, because you can hide the alcohol well when you have those levels right, and I think this is a really good show of it. Like, you drink it and you don't assume that you're drinking a over a 6% beer.
No, I can tell you, I didn't. Before we had the testing back, I had maybe 3 or 4, testing pints at home. And,
you gotta have a testing pint.
I certainly felt it more than I expected to. So
yeah, I think we originally said that it was just from hydrometers and small equipment. It came out at 5.5, and then we had a huge difference because there was a over attenuation from hop creep after the maceration, which was
a happy accident.
Yeah.
We knew there'd be some level of hop creep, given the sheer amount.
We filtered from one tank to the other, but still, you can't get everything. And one microbe is all it takes.
So. It certainly does. I mean, I think the extra alcohol kind of lends to the style of beer you're trying to create, right? Like, I mean, like this at 5% probably would have had a lot more. Well, of course, it would have had a lot more unfermented. The sugars would come through.
Yeah,
and,
we didn't want a sweet beer either.
No.
And I think that would maybe displace the triangle of like hops and bitterness and malt and yeast characteristics of thing, because it's really not that estery. Like what I'm picking up, personally, what I'm picking up on is more the aromatics from the hops, not the esters from the yeast at all. I can't say what.
Yeah, well, it's unusual for that specific Pomona yeast because it does really lend itself towards the tropical fruit, the stone fruit type flavors, but it doesn't have a large esterification profile generally. It's quite forward towards those fruit notes, so it lends itself really well for something like this, especially where we're trying to showcase those malts.
Yeah,
it's just really good to just stick your nose in there and just get amongst it.
When you were pouring it before pour, you were having a smell out of the bucket, and I picked up the bucket, and you were exactly right. It did smell exactly to me like a fruit salad.
Yeah, that's like that first vibe I got when I was like, because it was a big bucket that when I was pouring the beer through to change the beer over to tap this one, and obviously a bigger vessel, you get more surface area. But I was getting classic fruit salad vibes. Almost even a little bit of kiwi there as well.
Yeah, I feel the kiwi.
Like a smashed kiwi, like skin and all, just like rub it in your hands. And when your kids get messy and just like they got fruit salad all over them.
Only two.
And they just end up smelling like a double dry hop hazy IPA. I joke. Or do I?
I get a lot of sundew melon out of it.
I don't know if I've ever tried a sundew melon.
Really? Oh, sundew good.
It's good, man. Yeah.
There's also Sapo. Have you ever tried Sapo?
Never had a Sapo.
Sapo just means frog in some sort of
I've tried
South
frog legs.
American language. Well, it looks like the Sapo melon. It's my favourite melon. I'm a massive melon connoisseur, as my mum would tell you. She loves buying me melons. And
know what Axel's getting for his birthday?
Jeez. And the Sapo melon it looks like a big warty toad. Like it's got these warts, green, it's got warts all over. It looks awful.
Yeah, I know.
They're bloody delicious.
They're not native to Australia.
No, I think they're grown in South America.
South America.
They're very, very nice.
But probably grown up north.
They probably do grow them in Australia these days. But, you know, even 5-10 years ago, they were unseen on the market. And now they're popping up everywhere. I love a Sapo melon.
Yeah, definitely that those tropical like tangerine
Might be a
mandarin
little
skin.
bit off track.
You know when you like
Love
peel
it.
a mandarin and you've got the skin in your head and you kind of rub it together. It's not the fruit itself; it's just the pectin in the skin and the alpha acids coming out from from the inside of the skin itself. Almost to the point where I'm picking, as I said, like Nashi apple and almost like pear.
I certainly can tell what you mean, but by the Nashi, because it has that kind of that slick end taste to it on the tip of your tongue.
It's not tart. It's not like because Nashi, like you know, when you bite into them, they are quite acidic. They're tart.
They're
But once
acidic,
you
for
like
sure.
once it starts moving in your mouth, you know, you get the sweetness come through, and I kind of get this, and I think that's like you know the malts doing what they do is like coat your mouth well with the liquid for the bitterness in that liquid to kind of like
build the body.
build the body, and you feel it at the back of your palate here.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Your cheeks
Which to me
and
is
your
like,
jaw.
it's not like a West Coast where it's like that's the only thing you take. Like
Puckering.
you get the bitterness before you get the malts,
Yeah.
which I
right.
find like with most West Coast, you like bitterness, washed away with the sweetness, whereas this one's like,
Exactly.
you've got like this, you know, that kind of biscuit, tiny bit of toffee, like that tiny bit of sweetness coming through from the malts, and then you just get this like bang, overwhelming, like especially in a glass like this where you can put your nose and drink it at the same time. Then you.
It's easy to say for some. And it's funny as it's kind of keg conditioned a little bit. There is a little bit more pininess coming through. It's certainly I didn't taste any pininess a few weeks ago, and it's a very sweet kind of spruce flavor. It's not resinous, I wouldn't say, but it does have a very small pine aspect to it, which I quite like.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like that pine, not spruce, like that almost a mintiness.
Yeah, I
always
can say.
put that with pine, not mint in like fresh mint, but like a what's the flavor that makes things green?
Chlorophyll.
Yeah.
That kind of like you know when you bite into a pine needle and you're like you know it's got you get the resin and then you get that chlorophyll kind of come through. And look, we've only got a wee bit left, so I think we can kind of wrap it up with our own kind of descriptions. I'm going to let you go first.
I tell you what, I'm so glad that we put in the SM40. So that's a Super Munich 40, which is like from Voyager, and it's given that beautiful kind of colouring, and it's just made it like given that caramel kind of notes, and a little bit more of a complex grain bill can really bring out the hops. I think we nailed it in this one. I feel really good about it.
Yeah, I do too.
I feel good about drinking it.
Yeah.
The Melonhead double dry hopped hazy IPA from Ambush. As I said, I agree with Tim. I like the I think you said caramel. I'll say toffee. Like that same flavor of sweet biscuit that's kind of coming through from the specialty malts. Balances quite well. We've got Beetle Up and we've got what was the other one in here?
Victoria and the dry
Victoria.
hop, but
Victoria.
the Columbus and Red Earth as well in the.
I think that's lending more to the bitterness, which is like great, but a smashing interpretation of what a hazy can and should be, because I think we're all getting sick of drinking the same Mosaic Galaxy Citra hazy over and over again. That's just my personal opinion now.
I think I share that opinion, Paul.
This is great, and I don't think we've even talked about it, but the CO2. Like CO2 is important for any style of beer. Like, you can't just carbonate every beer to the same volume of CO2. And did we do this one all in the same tank?
Yep,
All in the same tank,
says
2.2 atmospheres
2 point-
on that. So it is a little bit
I'm just, like,
under
looking
what
at the-
you'd expect for a pale.
You might not be able to see it on the light there, but it just holds its the legs so well, and that's when you know you're drinking an all grain beer or an InBev beer with lots of sugar added.
Yeah, there was a little bit of LDME added to this just to kind of round out the body. It was not significant in really any way. for me, I think the standout, the head retention's excellent. The head's very dense and creamy when it's first poured. And I think the wheat added a kind of an extra dimension. We wouldn't normally add that much wheat to it, something like this.
11%, 11.2%, yeah.
If I recall correctly. And that's given it something special. I can't quite put my thumb on it, but it's there.
We'll have another pint and we'll put our thumb on it.
You can twist my arm.
So I think on that one we will leave this. Axel, Fox, thank you for joining me again. I always enjoy your company, especially when we're drinking beer or making beer. So I hope you've enjoyed this wee conversation I've had with the Ambush boys. As always, I've been Paul, you've been you, this has been Sam, this has been Tim. To all my friends out there, cheers, come down and try the Melonhead double dry hopped hazy IPA.
That was great.
Cheers, gang.